Hello, SquirrelTribe. Listen, I'm sure almost all of you know exactly who Ron DeSantis is, the governor here in the great state of Florida, where I happen to live. A lot of people know Ron DeSantis for the things that he implemented or did not implement during the last couple of years, specifically during C-19 and whatnot, but also because right now he's also talking about trying to do away with property tax and things like that. But the newest thing that Ron DeSantis, Governor DeSantis, has done yesterday on Tuesday, May the 27th to be exact. This is what Governor DeSantis did for the state of Florida. The state of Florida is taking a big step towards making precious metals just as useful as cash. So get this. On Tuesday, Governor DeSantis signed a bill to start the process of making gold and silver legal tender in Florida. That's a huge deal. I know a lot of people believe that you should have as much gold and silver on hand as humanly possible. I personally have both, but some people don't. If you have the option, I would say maybe go ahead and look into that because those things will hold value over time. But for people who have it and have said to themselves, this would be great if we could use this as legal tender besides having to use a credit card where these companies are making a ton of money off of you and the interest that you're paying and the late fees that you're paying and whatever else, or even using cash because so many places these days don't want to take cash for some reason and you don't want to pay with your credit card. So you're kind of like up a creek, right? Well, according to this, starting July 1st of next year, meaning 2026, the bill requires all coins to be stamped with weight, purity, and mint of origin. It specifies that using it or accepting it is optional. So it's not going to be a must thing, but a lot of places, I'm sure, will jump on board with it. It says purchases of precious metal would be exempt from sales taxes, but gold and silver could be used to pay other kinds of taxes. Basically, what they're saying is, we've really led the way on protecting our economic independence and your financial sovereignty. That's according to DeSantis. That's a quote straight from him. The governor argues metals are a protection against a falling dollar, which a lot of people have talked about lately. He sees as a risk given perennial deficit spending in Washington. So right now, with everything that's going on with the trade wars, technically, that we're in, with DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, and the USAID cancellation and everything that's kind of falling in place or being put back in place or whatever else, a lot of people are worried about where the dollar itself is going to go. Having the ability to pay in precious metals could make a massive difference, right? And it says here, he points out that gold has tripled in value just since 2015. So just in the last 10 years alone, gold has tripled in value because of inflation. Paper money is buying less. So you have gold tripling in value. You have the dollar lowering in value. It kind of makes sense to want to have more of those precious metals on hand. And this is what he says. This is our ability to give you the financial freedom, which a lot of people really would love, to be able to protect yourself against the declining value of the dollar. Now, there is a guy named Mark Bonnet. He is the owner of Tampa Bay Coin and Precious Metals, and he says that over several silver bars weighing 100 ounces each, he goes, you can't print this out of thin air. So he's got a ton of these things, right? He applauds the move that DeSantis is signing in the bill, but question how it would be implemented, which a lot of people are. So at $3,400 each, the bars are worth enough to be exchanged for a used car, depending on what rules the state of Florida sets up. So these silver bars that he's talking about, they're worth $3,400 each. You can turn around and trade them for a car in theory, right? Now he says it's a great idea in theory, which is exactly what I'm saying. He goes, I just don't know how they would implement it. The bill specifies that businesses accepting gold must be licensed and that check cashiers and money service businesses have to accept it. Once a week, Bonnet, the guy who owns the Tampa Bay thing, says a customer tries to sell him something that's no better than fool's gold. So you have to be careful. He says there's a lot of fake stuff out there, and then they got to figure out what the stuff is worth compared to what they're selling and the stuff. And, basically, is it worth the trade, right? Unless they have somebody that specializes in knowing if it's real, if it's fake, what the weight is, if it's worth that, is it an even trade, the bar for the car, whatever else, it's going to be very difficult. Now, according to this, it's up to the CFO and Financial Services Commission to write the rules for how this works. And then a report was given to the legislator on November 1st, and then the proposed rules would be ratified by the legislature to have them all in effect by July 1st, 2026. So it's not 100% guaranteed right this second, but it is something that Governor DeSantis is working on. So for those of you who either live in the state of Florida or want to do business in the state of Florida, just know that the option of silver or gold is on the table starting July 1st, 2026. Now, I'm kind of curious how you guys feel about it. How do you know what the comparison or the trade is? How do you know that your gold is worth whatever you're trying to trade for? How do you not get screwed in the trade if you're the person taking the gold and giving away the product, right? Like how do you figure this kind of stuff out? Because this is brand new to so very many people, how do you know what the correct trade is? And then like, okay, let's say you buy something with gold and then you get home and there's an issue and you're like, well, I need to go to return it. How do you return it? They just give you your gold bar back? What if that gold has gone up in price since then? What if it's dropped in price and you go back and they go, well, now you owe me extra money, and they can't just give you your gold back because now it's worth more. Like, I can see a lot of hiccups with this, but in theory, it's going to be a really good thing. In theory. So Squirrel Tribe, I'm kind of curious what you guys think about it. Leave a comment below. Let me know. I'll see you guys again later on the next one. Love you. Bye.